Good day, welcome to day 6 of the Understandable Lifestyle Wellness course/program. Today we're looking at a classic life coaching tool. It is this, the coaching wheel. So as this is the first 10 days of the program, which focuses largely/loosely around composure, so it's compose, believe, execute. This exercise today is about gaining a brief insight into ourselves and areas of life that we may consider ourselves to be operating more or less strongly on. Identifying areas for work that in the final 10 days, when we move on to the execute section, we can really zero in on with a series of SMART goals, that is specific, measurable, action-orientated, realistic and time-bound, using the TGROW model. These are life coaching acronyms I'm throwing out there, but TGROW stands for topic, picking a topic, which could well be one of these 8 or something else that you choose. G stands for goal, R stands for reality, assessing the reality of the current situation. O is options, W stands for will, what will we do, / way forward. We can also look at the I CAN DO acronym, another classic acronym. I CAN DO stands for investigate, current aims, number, date, outcome. So using these coaching tools and frameworks and applying it to things like this, in the next 2 weeks you can have some clear-cut goals, and as a result of those goals we can work together, or I can write some affirmations that are very specific to you. I'll be doing some throughout this course. We've already sent out some generic affirmations to do with happiness and things, some gratitude based ones yesterday, and as we go along we will make it more specific. For example, perseverance allows me to make progress in my career. Love of learning is useful in enhancing family relationships, for example. So identifying areas of strength and weakness and applying them to strengths can bring about great wonder. I'm going to tell you my coaching wheel today in a bid to help you fill out your own. You can see how it looks in filling out like so. I'll start with personal growth, which is quite a strong area for me. I'm happy with it. I'm pleased with myself there. I've given it a 9 out of 10, as I am essentially not far off addicted to self-development. Having had a close relationship with addiction for many years, I've channeled what used to be boozing and other problematic habits into relentless self-inquiry. But what is good about that is that it's led to a position where I'm quite happy with that. And that goes alongside health. I think physical and mental health are pretty much the same thing, as the mind is part of the body. I'm very fortunate to be living in a health retreat at the moment, and predominantly plant-based lifestyle, teetotal living, plenty of exercise, and it's exercise that is fun as well as practical and functional. Family, I've given that 9 out of 10. I've not got kids myself, I'm not married either. However, I have a supportive family, very lucky in that sense, very grateful, and incidentally my older brother has had 3 children, and that has taken the pressure off me in terms of providing grandkids, etc. Very lucky with the family. Relationships, it's not just romantic, but you know, if you're asking, there may or may not have been some dates recently. Hold the front page. But 8 out of 10 I've given that because the relationships I have in my life, if I think about them, not just friends, family, romance, but also people I deal with day to day, I communicate openly without antagonism or hostility, which is good for keeping stress levels low. I feel like I'm being honest within my relationships, and as a great friend of mine who also happens to be a sponsor in a program that I may or may not be part of said, life is as easy as how honest you are, and I'm being honest in these relationships, so that's why it's 8 out of 10. I'm very happy. Social life, 7 out of 10. Get invited to a few things, quite pleased. I do say no more than I could because of the underlying social anxiety I mentioned in yesterday's email, but that's something to work on. So I'm grateful it's a 7 because I'm not bored or sitting on my own all the time, but it could be 8 or 9 if I say yes and do more things. Attitude, 8, again, it's not far, similar to personal growth, and I talk a lot about like positive psychology and things, but it's not a 9 or a 10 yet, because I feel like sometimes I could walk the talk a little bit more. That would take me closer to a 9 or 10. Sometimes I could fall into thought patterns that are of an ilk that if I encountered somebody telling me that they thought those things, I might say, why don't you try this, this or this, or this. Career, 6 out of 10. Well, having had a previous career in journalism and entertainment, leaving that behind and retraining in holistic therapies and now doing this Masters in Health and Wellbeing, there's been a bit of a sort of with regards to career, but it's on the way back up. But when you're in this whatever career I'm currently in as a stress management specialist / online coach, making money in person, teaching Tai Chi, doing massage therapy and so forth, it can be a rocky road, but it feels like it's climbing in the right direction, as there is a great element of focus to what is currently occurring. Finance, 5 out of 10. Well, it's uncertain times, isn't it? So, I think many people in the world could be 5 out of 10. But some people are going to be far worse, so I'm happy to be 5. I'll take it for now. And depending on what happens, that can grow. But through looking at this, I go, okay, well, if I can do something to shore up the financial situation, which goes hand in hand with career, then that is likely to keep these nice and high. I realised from doing this today before this video, that I could say more to invites, and then express gratitude for these things. And that is my wheel of life. I hope you enjoy filling yours out, and this will help you gain a good understanding of yourself. Lots of love.